Hi everyone, Joe here. How are you? Hope everybody's doing well and staying healthy. I'm going to be doing a little DIY today for an Easter project that I'm doing. And actually, I've been feeling like it's a little bit trivial what's been going on, in the world and here in the United States, what with the coronavirus and whatnot. But to be honest with you, I've been panicking and I'm doing this to try to ease some of the anxiety that I've been having. I know it's out of my control or anybody's control right now, but that doesn't stop me from panicking anyway. And each day that I read the news, it makes me a little bit more nervous. A man in a neighboring town just passed away yesterday from the coronavirus. So it's all around us, and it's actually scary. But like I said, I'm going to do this little project just to try to keep my mind off of everything that's been going on. So what I'm going to be doing is a Rae Dunn inspired um, Easter egg. Now, I don't know if other people have done this before. I did not search for it on YouTube. I'm sure people have done it. I mean, Rae Dunn is so popular, and I'm sure people, have done some things like this. So I apologize to anyone who has done this, and I didn't give you credit for it because I just didn't look for it. It's just something I'm doing myself. So if you're interested in seeing that, that's what this video is all about. And I'll be showing you how I do this very shortly. And I'm probably going to wash my hands about a million more times in between every single one of these takes. They're absolutely raw. And I didn't know I'd be singing happy birthday so many times every day. But hope you stick with it, and I'll show you this little project that I'm doing. Okay, everybody, hold on. So what I'm going to be using are these plastic Easter eggs that we got from the dollar store a few years back, and I still see them. I think they're like 12 for $1, if I'm not mistaken. So they're a pretty good size, so it will be easier for me to write on them. I went to Home Depot yesterday and I got this sample paint. I'm using the Bear Premium Plus, and it's in a matte flat finish, and it is white. You can use anything you really want. I guess you can use chalk paint or any kind of paint you have. I would suggest the flat, especially if you're going to write on it, because if it has any kind of sheen to it, it's going to just rub right off. And also these are plastic. So what happens is paint doesn't necessarily want to stick on plastic. It wants to peel off of it. So, you just have to handle them a little bit delicately. But this was the paint I used. I think it was like $3 or something like these sample paints. They usually wear in Home Depot where the person is going to be mixing the paint. Okay, so here you go. I painted them, and I painted them in half like this. See, there's the purple on this one. And I mean, I could have spray painted them as well, but I chose to do it by hand. And actually, there are 3 coats of paint on these eggs. It took 3 coats, and I'm most likely going to have to touch up a little bit after I put them together. But there's a little dimple in here. I tried to dab the paint in a little bit, but you know what? It's only for a couple of weeks, and who's going to be really inspecting it that closely? So I'm not going to be worried about that. But if you worry about that kind of stuff, you can always put a little bit of painter's caulking in there, and then make sure it's nice and flat. You're going to have to sand it a little bit and then paint it. But like I said, I wasn't going to go through all of that. Look, and there's a spot on that one. I don't know what that's from. Oh, that's another hole. Okay, so they are painted. So what I have to do next is I'm going to Google Rae Dunn alphabet. All right, and this way I can look exactly at how he does or how they do the letters. All right, so I put them back together again, and you can see they have a little bit of, like this here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take some sandpaper, and the finer you have, the better. I only have this coarse one, so I have to be really careful. And I'm just going to sand down these edges a little bit, and you see that the paint will kind of chip off a little bit, so you're going to have to touch them up again. But you can hopefully get rid of some of this this crack line. So this Rae Dunn font is so absolutely simplistic. It's ridiculous. Like, why didn't I think of this? Like when you look at it, you think to yourself, wow, people are going crazy over this. How much more simple can it get? It actually looks like a little kid did it. And, but it's, whatever. Certain things just catch on. So what I did was I'm doing one letter on each egg, and I'm going to do Happy Easter. So in order to make them exactly the size that I need, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then I copied the font to make the letters, and then I'm going to hold it up to the egg and draw the letter on. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so and obviously, like everything else, you can actually buy these stencils or transfers online. I think they're $10 or something like that, but I didn't have time to do that. So this is what I did. See, here is the letter. Here's the E. I know it's backwards on there. And then I put it up here, and I want to make sure that they're all going to be at the same distance from the top of the egg so that when I have them lined up, it doesn't look crazy. And then what I'm doing is I'm marking the top of the E right here, and I'm going to mark the bottom of the E right here, okay? And then what I'll do is I have to just connect these lines here. Okay, so I connected the line right there, and then I just have to look for where that point is for the middle piece, and it's right here. And then I'm going to draw that middle piece in like that, okay? So you see it's backwards, but there it is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marker, and I'm going to go over this, what I just drew here, okay, simply with the marker like this. I should have my glasses on. There you go. Rae Dunn letter. It can't be more simple than that. All right, so I'll show you how it looks when I have them in the finished product. All right, I wanted to show you these. I bought these in the Dollar Tree. They're, I think they're tea light holders, and they were glass. And I spray painted them with that gold metallic, silver metallic paint that I'm using for the living room. These are going to go in the living room. So if you saw that other video where I did I changed the lamps to silver, and I made some candlestick holders in silver. So I'm going to carry on that theme. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this black acrylic paint here, and I'm using a little piece of a sponge, and I'm taking off a lot of the paint, and I'm just going to put some on here because I want it to look like mercury glass. Okay, so just a little bit like that here and there, and I'm going to do that all over these because these are actually going to be the holders for these Rae Dunn inspired eggs. So I put a little bit on, and then I take a little bit off, and if it needs a little bit more, I'll go in and put a little bit on there. I just wanted to, slightly look, I mean, up close, obviously you can tell it's not mercury glass, but, from a distance, it kind of resembles it, and just see a big blotch on that last one I did. Sometimes I'm thinking of too many things all at one time, and I mess up. So let's hope this comes off. Yeah. It's forgiving. It comes off. Okay. So that's it. You know, put it on, take it off, put on until you're happy with it. That's all. Who's going to tell you it's not perfect, right? Nobody. And there you go. So simple, so clean, and modern, I guess. My Rae Dunn, Happy Easter, which is going to go on the mantle. And I also did this. He is risen. Of course, I'm going to do more in that container. I'm going to build more of a bird's nest there, probably add a bird to it. But I'm going to do the living room very simple with this and, you know, a couple of flowers. But I wanted to keep it this Rae Dunn inspired look. Okay, everybody, so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm praying for everybody. And I hope we all get through this crisis that we're all going through and can enjoy the spring season as it's coming in. All right, everybody, take care, and hopefully I'll be seeing you really soon. Bye-bye.